There are families, and obviously there are brands, right? And sometimes when your family becomes a brand, love stops becoming private, it becomes performance. Brooklyn Beckham, yes, the son of David Beckham and Victoria Beckham, has officially broken his silence. And what he said, it didn't just shake the internet, it shook the entire idea of what people think a perfect family looks like. Because this is not just celebrity drama. This is about control. This is about boundaries. It's about marriage. And it's about what happens when you finally decide that you are done being managed. Okay? Welcome back to Stand in Your Power. Let's get into this.
Stand in your power. Own every minute, every hour. This is your story. Starting now. Stand in your power. Let the world see how. Stand in your power. Stand in your power. Turn up your voice, your truth, your wow. Stand in your power. This is your channel.
Hi, my beautiful people. Welcome back to Stand in Your Power. If you're new here, my name is Femi, and on this channel, we talk about power. We talk about emotional power, relational power, family power, and the kind of strength that it takes for you to choose yourself. Now, this story is deep. It's not just about Brooklyn and his parents. It's actually bigger than that. It's the kind of family story that makes you sit back and begin to ask yourself a number of questions. Can a family love you but still want to control you? Yes. Can your parents be proud of you but still feel entitled to your life? And can marriage survive when your family doesn't approve of your spouse? All of those things are questions that you can begin to ask yourselves. So get comfortable, because this one heavy. This one is heavy. So for many years, the Beckhams, we have seen them as, the perfect family. The Beckhams have been sold to the world as royalty. David Beckham, football legend. Victoria Beckham, fashion mogul. The former Spice Girl. And their children, ooh la la, the ultimate celebrity family package. But what most people don't understand is this. When you grow up inside a famous family, you don't just grow up with parents. You are growing up with a brand. You are growing up with a brand. And the truth is, these brands, they have rules. You are growing up with a brand with expectations. You are growing up with a brand with public image that is used as a currency. And Brooklyn, he grew up as the firstborn son in a family where the world is always watching. It's enough for you to be born in a celebrity family where everybody is looking. It's another thing for you to grow up as the first child. Hey, let me tell you something. Being the first child in a powerful family is not a blessing, no? Even if being the first child at all in any family, it's a huge pressure. I am the firstborn and I know 100% what I'm talking about. My parents are not celebrities. They are not famous, but the pressure is from another world. Because you are not just a child. As a firstborn, you are a legacy. You are an extension of your parents' image. You are the heir of the family's reputation. And then, when you now decide to live differently, it becomes wahala. It becomes a huge problem. It becomes a huge problem. See, the pressure on firstborn children, as my Nigerian brothers and sisters, they say, no be here. Then you are now a boy, firstborn son. Then you now get married. Hey, in my Nigerian culture, I know how it is. If you get married to somebody that your parents don't like, na wahala. Then for Brooklyn, then came Nicola Peltz, an actress, a heiress, a woman with her own wealth, with her own influence, with her own identity. And then Brooklyn married Nicola. And we all saw a fairy tale, right? But behind the scene, behind the kele of the room, people have been whispering for years that the family, the Beckham family, did not really accept Nicola. Do you know how that can feel? As the firstborn child. We'll talk about the firstborn child another day. Some reports says that it started during their wedding. It started with wedding tension. Some says it started with control. And some says it's all about power. But that lady, Nicola, she wasn't the kind of woman that could be absorbed into the Beckham brand quietly. No. She had her own voice. She had her own standards. And she very well had her own boundaries. Okay? And I love that for her. And you know what happens? You know what happens when a woman enters a family system and she refuses to submit to dysfunction? Just imagine what will happen in an ordinary family. Talk less of a family that is known as a brand. When that kind of a woman enters the family, they don't call her strong. They call her a problem. They don't call her confident. They call that kind of woman, they say she is controlling. And let's be honest, many women watching this right now, you have lived that story too. Me, I have lived the story. And the moment I said, I am no longer taking this BS, they started calling me all sorts of names. And I said, it's okay. It's okay. It's my voice. It's my life. I'm going to stand up to it. So let's go back to Brooklyn. His statement and the report surrounding this whole issue heavily, points heavily to the wedding period. What he's talking about now points heavily to the wedding period as the breaking point. The wedding was supposed to be a celebration, but allegedly it became a battlefield. He reportedly felt his wife was disrespected. I really applaud this guy. There were claims of tension over the wedding dress situation, and one of the most emotional accusations was that during the wedding night, comments were made that Nicola was not blood, that she was not family. I am going to pause there first. Now, this is happening in Beckham's family, but this is happening in a whole lot of families. Particularly where I come from, in Nigerian families, it happens. Whether you are rich, you are poor, you are this, it takes a whole lot of exposure or a whole lot of mindset change for people to accept their son's wife as their family. I, for one, when I was married, I never felt accepted. I just saw it as all performance. And time told me that they don't see you as family. Even if they don't say it to you, their actions will say it to you. And a lot of Nigerian marriages, I don't know about here, but seeing this with Beckham, I'm beginning to believe that it's happening everywhere. A lot of marriages, when a man marries a woman into the house, they don't see the woman as family. They don't see her as blood. If what they said on the wedding night, if that is true, then that is not just shade. No. That is not just family drama. That is emotional warfare. Do you know what it means for a woman to decide to marry your son? And then telling her that you are not family when she just married your child That is you pulling a power move, saying, I am in control here. I decide who is family here. Let me speak to my women for a second. One of the most painful experiences in marriage is marrying the man you love and his family does not accept you. Marrying the man you love and then you are realizing that his family thinks you are an outsider. And some of you tried. Some of you cooked. Some of you smiled. You bought gifts. You respected elders. You kept quiet. You endured it. But they still treated you like you were some temporary commodity. And when you complain, they say you are trying to scatter the family. You are a Jezebel. You are a devil. You have come to destroy the family. No. It takes a lot for a woman to leave her family. Even the Bible says that the man should leave his family and cling onto the woman. But a lot of men don't leave. They don't leave, talk less of even clinging. Any woman that finds herself in that situation and she's trying to say, no, I'm part of family. Yeah, no, I understand you. I see you. You are trying to survive. It's not easy. But it's painful. It hurts. It hurts. It's not nice. Okay? Now, here is where the story becomes something deeper than gossip. So Brooklyn's words suggest he felt suffocated by the machine. He felt suffocated by the expectation to appear, the expectation to perform, to show up for the camera, to keep the family image intact. When he wasn't happy. And when he didn't, the distance became obvious. The two of them reportedly missed major family events as they should. And I give it up for Brooklyn for standing with his wife, because some men will not stand with their woman. They even missed David Beckham's 50th birthday. And that absence, it spoke louder than any Instagram caption would do. Because absence in itself is a boundary. And boundaries, what are they? Boundaries are language. He did not need to shout or talk. Just take action. They will understand your language. You don't want my wife? Then you don't want me. That's a man that stood with his wife. Now, let me tell you something. Some people don't respect boundaries until you enforce your boundaries with silence. Some people will never respect your boundaries. Especially some families. Some families don't respect your adulthood until you stop begging them to, until you stop talking and take action. And sometimes your peace will offend people who benefited from your own lack of boundaries. So when Brooklyn and his wife decided, okay, these people have gone too far, now this is our boundary. Then people got offended. People got offended. And Brooklyn finally speaks. And his message is not, I miss my parents. No. His message is not, I hope we reconcile. Mbano. His message is, no, I am done. That was how the message was. The message was more like, I am done. Enough is enough. He reportedly accused his parents of interfering, controlling narratives, okay? And damaging his relationship. And know why some parents cannot just understand that, their children are adults. And if the legal notice reports are true, then he asks them to contact him through their lawyers. And I'm like, whoa. That means this is not a fight. This is a total shutdown. And this is what happens when someone reaches the point where emotional conversations no longer work. They move from emotions to structure. I have done that in my life, and there's no going back on some things. You move from begging, you move from being polite to setting your boundaries straight. You move from, please understand me, to do not contact me. That's what all this is giving. And I know some people will hear that. They will hear what I just say and say, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Let me ask you a real question. Let me ask you. If someone keeps crossing your line, how many times do you have to say stop before you are allowed to protect yourself? How many? When does enough become enough? In my opinion, boundaries are not disrespect. For me, boundaries scream self-respect. Boundaries saying, this is my boundary, don't cross it, don't even come near. And Brooklyn is a man who is standing up and is protecting his family. A lot of men will not do that. A lot of men do not have any form of loyalty to their immediate family. Rather, they will still stick with their old family. And that is where you see a lot of families crashing. My father did the same thing. He moved with his family. He even moved physically to his family against our advice. Of course. Concerning Brooklyn, the internet did what it does best. Of course, a lot of people will blame the wife. Some people blame Nicola. Some people said Brooklyn is ungrateful for everything the parents have done for him. Really? Some people said, the Beckhams are toxic. But here's the truth. We really don't know the full story. And we may never know the full story. But one thing I know is that I like a man that stands up for his wife. I like a man that says, hey, my time here is up with you. This is my new family, and my new family is my life, and I'm sticking with them. What we know is this. Estrangement doesn't happen overnight. When people become estranged, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not one argument. It might have taken a long history of pain. A long history of pain covered up with smiles just for public photos. A long history of someone saying, yes, sir, yes, ma, to that parent that refused to respect you for who you are becoming, to that parent that still sees you as a child. Let's be honest, some of you watching right now, you are not estranged from your family because you hate them. You are estranged from them because they were choking you. You couldn't breathe because every conversation became control. Every visit became a form of guilt. Every boundary became a lot of drama. And the hardest part, you want to know? You still love them. But you love yourself too. And you are choosing to live and live for you. And a lot of people would get upset because of that. So what are the lessons I can throw from here? When you become an adult, your adult is not a negotiation. No matter how rich and powerful your parents may be, You don't become an adult because your parents allowed it. You become an adult because you decided. So your adulthood is not up for negotiation. Another thing I learned is that when you are married, or your marriage is exposed family power struggles. A spouse doesn't create cracks. A spouse will reveal them if you have cracks in your family. Lesson number 3 for me, being private is not you being disrespectful. Not everything needs to be shared for public approval or whatever. Another thing I want to bring out from this story is that boundaries will cost you relationships. You see how Brooklyn's boundaries is costing him the relationship between his family, his parents. But lack of boundaries will cost you it will cost you yourself. It will cost you your marriage. It will cost you everything you represent. Sometimes love looks like distance. That's tough love. Some people can only love you from afar, or you can only love some people from afar. Okay? I want to ask you this. Have you ever been in a situation where someone wanted access to you, but they did not respect you? Have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever been forced to choose between peace and people? Because that is what this story is all about. This man, Brooklyn, is choosing peace. He's saying, I choose my wife. I choose my family. I am forced to decide. And whether you agree with how he did it or not, the truth still remains that sometimes your healing would look like rebellion to the people who liked to hold you. They liked the you that you were when you were a child. So your healing will look like rebellion to them. I feel him. I understand him. Because for me, I had to put some boundaries on some certain relationships. Okay? Now listen. I want us to listen very well. I'm not here to demonize David and Victoria Beckham. I am not here to crown Brooklyn as a hero. But I am here to say this. Fame does not protect families from dysfunction. Money does not protect families from emotional control. And being successful does not automatically make your relationship healthy. It doesn't. So to anyone watching me right now, as you are watching me, if you are fighting for your peace, if you are setting boundaries, if you are healing, I want you to remember that you are not wicked for protecting yourself. I want you to remember that you are not selfish for choosing peace. You are not wrong for standing in your power, because the truth is, sometimes the hardest things you will ever do is to love people from afar. I am telling you. And that is what Brooklyn is choosing to do at this time. If this story touched you, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I love you, and as always, continue to stand in your power. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye-bye.
Take what you learned, walk in your truth. Until next time, stand in your power.